City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Fox's Arms.
Want to watch more content like this? Hit the like button. Give us your views. Hit subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials.
Yes, how are we all doing, guys? Appreciate you coming in on this Monday night. Phil's not here. I'm taking over, as Andy just says. Hello, Phil. Yep, Andy. Phil is away this week. He'll be back next week to do the show. Get your views and get your comments in. This show is all about you. What you want to talk about, let us know. We'll be covering a bit over about the Birmingham game, but we're going to be talking more about the Southampton fixture tomorrow. We do have Southampton fan coming on for for about 10 minutes later on to talk a bit more about the game. But get your views in, get your comments in as always, and we'll get straight into it. I've already done the intro now. Well, yes, Phil says no pig sound tonight. I've tried to sort it so I don't sound like a pig. I think I've sorted it. I think I know the issue. But yeah. Evening everyone, how are we all doing? Alex Pegg, Clibbo, how we doing? Paul Collins, how we doing, mate? Nick Ball, appreciate you coming in. Michael, as always, appreciate you coming in. Need to start all the new lads. To be honest, I think from Saturday's game, I think you've got to go into it now, especially with Bobby Reid out. You go, this new attacking mid, Mukasa, should be starting tomorrow night, if I'm not wrong. Again, there's no other players to play there really, so he comes in. Andy says need to sort the manager situation out. Yeah, probably now. But unfortunately, I just don't think we're looking around for a manager at the moment. I just can't see them looking around because I don't think we can afford to. We'll get a few more comments in and then we'll bring Taylor in. See what people are saying. Mary, how we doing, mate? Luke Walters says another red card player out for a few games. Who fills that spot? Nervous for Southampton? I would probably say I'm nervous, but on the other hand, I'd say Kingy's not really had a good chance, has he? 2 games, 2 reds, 2 early goals conceded. I'm not too sure what else you can even really do about it. The red card, who takes his place? Again, I think I've just mentioned it. Mukasa, I think, comes in. And I think majority of people would say that as well. I don't think there's any reason why he wouldn't start. My phone's just decided to go off for a second. I don't know why. But there you go. We're so slow in everything we do on the pitch and off the pitch. Yeah, completely agree. Callum, we're going down. It's obvious what a mess we're in. I think the one thing I will say before we bring Taylor in is I think that overall the last couple of games, I feel like they're like null and void. Only the fact of we got a red card, which again, yes, it happened, but it ends the game automatically because I just don't think you can get back into it. And as well, we're messing up, conceding early. I think if you can just get one game, hopefully tomorrow, where we can really just control the game for the first 20 minutes, we can then move forward and hopefully not concede and go forward and score a goal. I think there's only little issues that if you can try and fix that by not getting a red card or not making a silly mistake early on, you can go on and try and compete in the game. But yeah, Scuba Raz does say, really, do you think it was a red card? I will come to Taylor with that and ask him, how are you, Taylor?
Yeah, not bad, thank you.
No, all good. Scooby Baz says, do you think it was a red card?
It's soft. It's very soft. He did put his... when it first happened in the stands, I didn't think it was at all. I just thought it was a normal slide tackle that was late. But then if you watch it back, he does lift his studs up, but he does put them down. So I'm on the fence a bit. I'm not sure. I think it is soft, but it might, as he's got them studs up and he has gone through him with the studs, it probably is a red, but it's soft.
Yeah, I would probably agree with you. When I was at the game live, it definitely didn't look a red. I thought he actually won the ball. He obviously, looking back at it now, he didn't. But I would go out and say that I think if VAR was in the game and it was given a yellow, it wouldn't have been given a red. I think if it was given a straight red, it probably wouldn't have been overturned back to a yellow. I think we can all say it was probably reckless and silly, but I think it didn't help with being on the byline. It didn't help with the player being down, looking like he was shot, and as well that the Birmingham fans are all going at the ref at the same time. So I think overall, I think you, as much as it was a red, I would say it probably didn't deserve to be a red. But I think if you look at it on the whole, I think there's every chance it could have been given as a red, and it did. So it is what it is. Nick Ball says, I sent them to go both ways. I've seen them both go both ways. The crowd didn't help the ref. No, exactly. I think a lot of people are saying it definitely was a red as well. But going into that, obviously we mentioned about who's going to take his role, Taylor. Who do you think is going to come in now? Bobby Reid is out. Again, I think we should appeal this decision because there's every chance we can get him back. But who do you think should take his place?
I think there's only one man who could. It's Mikasa. We don't have anyone else. I would say James, but he's injured. I would say Aribo, but it's Southampton, so it has to be Mikasa. And we didn't really see much of him on Saturday. It was a very hard game for him to come into, and we were just sat back and not having any of the ball. He can't show what he's about. But I didn't realise how big he was. I don't know if you noticed that, really. He looks massive.
He is tall. Yeah, he is tall. Yeah. We'll get a few more comments before we do talk a bit more about the Birmingham game. Someone said Louis Page to come in. I think for me more, I think because Aribo can't play, I think either Louis Page or Winks is the one to take Aribo's place, not in the attacking Marnie role. That's just me anyway. Dave Platt says, I'm sure Southampton will know how weak we are at the start of the game and go for it. As soon as we get concede, heads go down. Yeah, I think we might as well start on that with the Birmingham game, Taylor, because at the start of the game, obviously we had 3 minutes in. Again, I don't think we played that badly overall, but I think the mistake from Pereira, your captain, you just can't kind of forgive it for it because again, like I said, you can't be going 3 minutes into the game and concede that early, can you?
No, it's not. It's just not. It's the last thing you need from when we're in such a terrible situation. Everything's going against us. 3 minutes into a game, your captain gives the ball away and they've scored from it. It's the last possible thing we could have wanted. And I completely agree with Andy King when he's saying he's been shot in the foot because he has been shot in the foot. But it's not like the game is over. Like teams have won with having 10 men. But I do understand it's such a hard position to come back from, especially away from home against a better opposition.
No, I agree. See what people are saying. What position does he play? Mukasa, he does playing attacking mid role, mate. So I'm pretty sure he will take his role there. Divine Inspiration, yeah, I probably agree. Lascelles as captain. Again, a lot of people were saying this over the week when Lascelles joined. What was your kind of take on Lascelles at Birmingham, mate?
I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was exactly what we've lacked. A defender that wants to defend, a defender that will do all the scrappy bits. I thought he's not as slow as I thought he was either. He won a lot of aerial duels, won most of his 50-50 battles. He's exactly what we need, Lascelles. As long as he keeps fit, I think he could be a good player for us this season.
No, I agree. Give Jamal the armband, a proper leader. Yeah, I saw him even in the little huddle before the game that you could see him even. It wasn't a video, it was just a picture, but you could see his mouth was open and he was trying to get through to the lads as well. He's also been good, Nelson, to learn from. Yeah, I agree. We'll get into the Birmingham a bit more then, Taylor. Obviously, you were there as well. What was your thoughts overall first? Obviously, we've seen the lineup and we had a few changes in there, but other than the early conceding the goal, what was your take on it? Because I think when we got back into it at 1-1, it actually felt like we were not in control, but we felt like we were back into a position where we could take them on and do something until the red card happened.
Yeah, I thought we weren't terrible. We were a lot better than we were against Charlton and Oxford, but again, we shot ourselves in the foot. But if I go off before that, we weren't amazing, but we weren't terrible. We were probably maybe even the better side. I know they had a few good chances, but Bobby Reid had a massive chance where he trickled it almost past the keeper. But the only thing that worries me is we have relied on Fatu to do something outrageous again. We haven't
Yeah.
really created a proper clear-cut chance, but we weren't terrible. There is positives to take. I think surely we can't just get sent off every game. So maybe tomorrow we'll see a more realistic Andy King philosophy game if we don't get sent off in the first half again.
No, I agree. Ryan says it doesn't matter who plays; none of them are good enough from the 0 fight. We don't create anything. Strikers are a waste of time, and we can't defend. I think the one thing I'll let you talk about while I quickly go and grab my charger is Daka. And I'm gonna give you this one just because we've seen IU the last few games. We've seen Daka against Birmingham. I would actually go out and say I know he didn't do anything like attacking or taking shots or anything, but I actually think he did a job up at the attack that we haven't had with IU.
Yes, I agree with that, and I think Daka did a lot of running. He pressed a lot. He was made a lot of clearances, like from blocks. He's just thrown himself at the ball, which IU will never do. I still think you'll always lack the quality with Daka. Every single time he gets the ball, he's a liability, whether that's passing or control or a shot. He'll never be clinical enough for you. Neither will IU. I'm not saying IU is the best striker in the world, but I do think he offers more when he gets it than Daka, but he doesn't run, and we need a striker to run. I know my views on Daka, and probably a lot of you know how much I hate. I'm not hate's a strong word, but fed up with Daka because I've given him every season. I go, okay, I'll have a clean slate with Daka, but it never seems to work. He always seems to let me down. But what worries me more than them two is the fact Dujon Richards came on at right wing, because we all thought that was a striker we got. We thought this Chelsea lad was our striker signing. And I'm now getting the impression that he's a right winger and not a striker, which does worry me because we can't go into a relegation fight without not even clinical, just a goal every 4 games striker. Like, they don't even get a goal every 10. Dujon Richards was supposed to be the not answer but the risk taken, and he's playing on the right wing, which worries me a lot.
No, I agree. But like I say, overall, I thought Daka did the pressing game better than we have with IU. I know he didn't do great. So, again, if we had the choice for tomorrow, I'm guessing we both would pick Richards to start. But
Yeah.
again, from what, like you said, Richards was put on the wing. Was that because we think he is a winger, or is it because of the situation we had a red card? It might have been we need a bit more width, and the only other player we could put on the wing now, other than Monga, is Richards, but I'm not too sure. Let's get a few more comments in. Michael says, I think Ricardo gave the ball away on purpose. Well, I don't think that was the case, but Ricky B was not not the player he once was. No, I agree. As much as I still love him as a player, I think he's been one of my favourite players at Leicester since he's been here. I think now is a time where even 2 years ago he was next level in the Championship. Now I think he's lost a bit of pace, he's lost a bit of quality, and I think that a Pereira 2 years ago probably wouldn't have made that mistake at Birmingham. So unfortunately, it is where we are at the moment. What was your take on any other players before we move on to Southampton against Birmingham? Again, there was a few players brought in: Begovic, Aribo, and I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that actually did start who we didn't have before. And obviously Daka, we obviously spoke about.
Daka.
What's your kind of thoughts on all the other changes we brought in?
Well, if you go off the starting 11 and ignore the changes for a second, I think Ben Nelson and Lascelles is the partnership I want to see for the rest of the season. I don't actually think they're the problem. I think Ben Nelson's a good player, and I think he's learning and he's getting better every week. And Lascelles will only bring him up. With Begovic, I like it. I know he conceded 2 again, and we haven't kept a clean sheet. But one of them, he got absolutely thrown under the bus, and the other one was just a perfect finish off the post. He did look a bit shaky on the ball. I don't know if you know which one I'm on about, when he got the ball passed back to him, and but he made up for it. Happy with Begovic. I think he should start tomorrow. Aribo was a bit. He wasn't bad, but he didn't do anything that wowed me. But so I can't really judge him yet. So nothing much more than that, really.
No, fair enough. I thought Aribo showed a bit more, bit of strength in the game in the midfield. I did think that he did produce a bit like that, but yeah, I agree with Begovic as well. I think Begovic should be starting tomorrow. I don't know. I just feel more safe with him. I know there was a few times where he made some good saves, but then made a few blunders as well. But I think I just can't see Stolisic getting into that team now. Again, now Begovic has been put back in. I just
Yeah,
don't see why you
you
change it
take him out.
just to change it back again. Like I wouldn't see him coming back in yet. But hey, a few more comments. Terry says try Mavadidi's main striker. Again, if you can't do it on the wing, I can't see him doing it as a striker. I'm totally honest, but yeah. Michael says you all slag James Justin off, but he's doing really well at Leeds. I don't know. I think maybe the one thing that kind of made it really bad for him was when we played under Cooper and he was playing Bonanotte on the wing and playing James Justin behind him. They were
Mm.
so open and so exposed that every time he was just getting caught out. It's like Luke Thomas. I can't stand him, and I think that he got caught out a few times again over the weekend. But I think if you've got protection and have got someone helping you track back and whatnot, I don't think he's going to be anywhere near as bad as he is. But again, I think he's
I
just the
think
most
we didn't have a choice to blame James Justin last season. I mean, he literally. I mean, I don't know if there was a Twitter compilation that was like 15 goals that have come
Yeah.
from James Justin's mistakes. So we did have the right to blame him a bit, but we all know he's a good player. Like he's been a good player for years. He had one bad season, but yeah, I think he deserved a bit of his critics last season.
No, I agree. I agree. Nick Moore says Richards was brought on as a winger. Was he brought in as a winger? As in, we brought him to be as a winger. Well, I don't get that because we've got two strikers already who are shit and two wingers who can't score goals really, other than a banger or whatnot. Ryan says, out of interest, without a manager and his style of play, who identifies the players we need to sign? See, this is one where, obviously, in the window, when we bought these 4 players in, I was like, who is signing these players? And I think we both could probably say one name that, out of everyone, probably has done the job. And I would probably go out and say he's probably done an all right job in a way of the players we got rid of, the players we brought in the Cells and Ariba. I think both of them will be okay enough for us this season. I think it's the young players that are like they could be good, but I don't know yet. Jordan says that's the problem. Really, nobody gets at Leicester at the moment, even top. Nobody gets Leicester at the moment, not even top. Yeah, again, it's just a mess at the moment. We'll move on to Southampton then. I'm not too sure this guy's going to join, but talking about Southampton tomorrow, mate, I'm guessing you're going to be there.
Yeah, I will be there, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. Come on, what's your first full takes on it? Because again, we don't know the team yet. We don't know what's going to happen. But I like I said at the start of the show, I just feel like King's been absolutely done over with the last 2 games in the red cards, the early goals. I think if you just stay stable and stay secure for the first 10-20 minutes, you can actually go out and do a job and hopefully get a result that isn't a bad one, in my opinion.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm sick of being so negative about Leicester. Every time I come on, I'm just so negative about Leicester. It's not normally what I'm like, but we've been so bad this season, it's took it out of me. But I think we're playing Southampton at the worst time. They were terrible up until end of January when they suddenly started picking up form. They've won 3 of their last 4, keeping 3 clean sheets as well, which is just like we couldn't possibly do that.
Yeah.
I'm not confident, but I don't think you can blame me. But I think if we don't get man sent off or don't just play them through on goal in the 3rd minute, I think we do have a chance. We've got a very good record against them as well, so we have to win. We can't just keep losing. Like we have to win. We have to win at some point.
Well, yeah, I think if you don't win another game now, you are going to be definitely relegated. But I don't know. I'm confident on tomorrow just because I think if you can just start and not get a red card, because it's more than likely going to happen just because it's happened the last 2 games, and even people at Birmingham were saying that because of the point deduction and because of what's happening with us and the situation we're in, it's like we're getting these decisions going our way because of the point deduction. Again, you gave us 6, they want us to give us 20, so why not give you red cards to make sure you lose? But I'm not. I don't believe it.
Mm.
I'm not gonna use that excuse. I'm just gonna hope for the best and go into tomorrow's game with some sort of attitude. Again, we beat Ipswich at home. We beat um, Birmingham at home. Again, there's games where we've looked decent. We probably deserve to win, but
Mm.
again, it's just in a stage where there's no results going our way, and we've just got to change things around. Because if we can get a win against Southampton, I don't know who's after that. I think it's Stoke, isn't it? After the cup
Yes,
game.
Stoke.
So again,
That's
going into that game, if you can beat Southampton, I think you could. I wouldn't say get a push onto the playoffs because it's never going to happen, but you could get a push to get out of this relegation zone quite quickly. Again, 2 wins and that point deduction is gone already. So,
and then if you flip it, if we lose, we've got Stoke away, which is very difficult. Middlesbrough away on that Tuesday night, which is one of the hardest fixtures in the league. And then I'm pretty sure we've got Norwich, who are flying. Then Ipswich after that, who are also flying. So this is arguably our easiest game in the next couple of weeks, and I'm not confident at all. But we have to. It's absolute must win tomorrow.
It is a must win. Again, you can't be. In a way, again, you can say you probably can't get a win out of any of the last two because you got red cards, but again, even was it the Charlton game? You should be getting points there at home. So we've gone past 3 games now where realistically, on paper, we should be winning them all 3, but we lost all 3, and now we're going to a game with Southampton, who, like you said, are on good form. See what people are saying. Why don't we go to a back 3? I don't know. I think maybe that's even more defensive and it could cost us even more. What would you say would be the best? Obviously, a win would be the best outcome tomorrow, but what do you want to see going into tomorrow's night's game? Like, obviously, we spoke about the fight and not losing and not conceding early on, but what's the one thing you want to see from the players and what you want to see from the crowd in tomorrow's game?
Passion, fight, and not just deflated in the crowd, because every single game at the King Power at the moment, it's the seats are getting less, the capacity is getting less, and we're getting worse. And us as fans need to realise that I know we're not where we want to be, but we could play a part in getting us out of it. And at the moment, these home games are like home games for the away team.
I'm guessing you know this person.
Yeah, that would be my dad.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. I think I've met him,
Yeah, you did it.
Wrexham.
Yeah, he told me
Yeah,
about
there
that.
you go.
Yeah, just passion, fighting. That's all I want.
I think that's all you can ask for. Again, even if you lose, but you played not even but played very well, but just put performance in and showing that you just don't not care and you want to just give a bit of a fight. Yeah, I think most fans would be happy even if you did lose. But again, tomorrow is a must win, unfortunately. Sonderak says, simple, a clean sheet. I don't give a F if it's a draw. A bit of care, bit of fight. Rather see us lose by 3 and show an effort than lose by 1 and show none. Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things. It's just a clean sheet. And again, if you could go back now into the last 4 or 5, even up to 10 games, and the goals we conceded, I'd say 90% of them are goals that we've made errors for. Again, I think even the Charlton get goals that went in. I think we spoke about it earlier with Sam that the goals we conceded, yeah, they were decent goals, but I think the keeper could have done better on both of them, which again is a like bifold of errors that it could have happened. So again, if we can just stop the errors happening and stop making stupid challenges, I think there's every chance we can get a result tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's no way, there's no reason why we can't. We've got the tools, but it's just whether we've got the head. Players need to want it. They're not wanting it at the moment. We saw a bit. I thought anyway. I saw a bit of more fight on Saturday. I thought when we were 1-1 and it was like 10 men, you would have took a draw there. As much as we don't want to, we would have done. And they were fighting a lot, and that's more than I saw for the 2 home games prior.
No, I agree. The last thing I'll say before we do finish, Taylor, and here's a question for everyone in the chat as well. Can you think of a Fatu goal that wasn't a banger this season? Because I don't think you can. If anyone can get it, Oxford was.
It was just,
that was still a good goal.
Yeah, it was a good goal. Yeah, but
you can't think of a tapping or You
No,
just
there's not
can't.
anyone.
Like if you just put all the clips of Fatu's goals together this season, you
Gotta be
couldn't
one.
see you couldn't see an okay one. You just see a banger. Like I say, the goal against Birmingham was an absolute banger. Took it off the volley, half volley, bang it straight into the goal. I think if anyone can name one, fair enough. But I'm gonna have to at the end of this season. I'm gonna have a look, and if you can't find one, then that's ridiculous. I know
Right.
people will say that he's not good enough because he only has one trick to do, and he's too inconsistent. And when he scores, he does score a banger. But realistically,
There isn't
I'd
one.
take it. No, he's not. No.
No, I've just checked. There actually isn't one. The worst goal would be that Oxford one. There isn't one.
Oh, the worst one's a decent goal. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, as much as he's not been like impressive every single game, I think you'd take what he's given us at the moment in the quality he's got because realistically, we need to have the best of what we've got at the moment, and unfortunately, that is what we've got going out. Is there any changes you would make going into tomorrow night's game before we do finish?
First of all, with Fatu, he's our second top goal scorer and he's our top assister. You can't ask for much more than that. I know he hasn't been
No.
great, but he's doing more than the rest. Changes, I think obviously we're forced to make one. I'd bring Mukasa in, see what he's all about, and then get Daka off the bench on the team and get Richards up front.
Yeah.
And maybe Monga on the left, but that'll be it really. I'm not too against the team. Actually, Aluko for Luke Thomas.
Yes.
I think Aluko was
Yes.
good when he come on. He's been good every time he's played, apart from that one game against Southampton. But yeah, Aluko.
Here we go again. Bring him on, start him tomorrow night. He'll get a red card again, and there's your third red card in a row.
No,
Oh, that'll be funny, won't it? Yeah. I think the one thing I will mention is the Aribo spot. Obviously, we can't play him tomorrow. I don't think we can anyway.
no.
Do you think Page or Wink should start? Because I think they're the only two in contention for me.
Without getting shot by Leicester fans, I'm going to say Winks because I just think he is. I like Page a lot, but we need experience. I know Winks doesn't want to be here and all that, but he will do a job when he's got the shirt on.
Coley's back tomorrow. No, he's not. He's got a straight red.
Yeah.
Is that right? No, I
don't
yeah.
think Coley's back tomorrow. No.
No, if I don't, even if he is, I wouldn't be putting him in. So
no, I wouldn't start him anyway.
But yeah, yeah. A few people are saying Winks 1 game ban. I'm pretty sure it's not for a straight red.
I think he might be right though. I'm having a look, and he's not listed as suspended or injured.
Why would it be a 1 game ban for a red card, or did he already have a yellow card?
No,
he must have already had a yellow card.
It was a straight red, 100%.
Yeah,
straight red.
I'm pretty sure. It was only a 1 game ban. It isn't violent conduct. I'm sure any straight red is free ban, a 3 game ban.
I think it changed recently. I think they might be on something, but
I
wouldn't start.
Aaron said
anyway.
Dogso is only 1 game. Fair enough. If it is, then fair enough. So what about So are we saying that the Bobby Reed one was only a 1 game, or because what's the difference between that and pulling a guy down last man? I'm not too sure.
I think that's last man's denial of a goal scoring opportunity. I think.
Oh.
And then Reed is
violent conduct. Yeah, fair enough. I get that. All right. No, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think the one thing with Winks that you said that you'll start tomorrow is we've seen in the past the Skip and Winks partnership doesn't work.
True.
So unless you see Page and Winks, I'm not sure, or you start Skip and Page. Again, I wouldn't be opposed to putting this Winks. I wouldn't be opposed to putting Winks and Skip in there, but we've seen previously that it just doesn't seem to click well with it. So
no, I don't mind Page starting.
No, I don't. I think he gives something. So James says Leicester Fan TV, love it, gents. Great listen, appreciate it, mate. Gordon says, do keep up. It's professional foul. So it's 1 game. Hey, I didn't know. I don't think Taylor even knew at a point. So about the 1 game ban for goal scoring opportunities.
Yeah, I didn't. I've just it makes sense now. I've just learned that they are
fair enough. At least I know that now for the future ones. So on the Rex to say, yeah, Reed is a free because it's violent conduct. Yeah, it's 1 game for goal scoring opportunities. Fair enough. So yeah, that's it, Taylor. I appreciate it coming on. We'll see you tomorrow night, I'm guessing, for a little vlog or something like that. Score prediction before we go?
Oh, God. Here we go with my negativity again.
4-0.
Southampton.
Fair enough. Hey, well, how good would it be if we get a clean sheet tomorrow?
Very. Be like Christmas.
Yeah. Well, I've seen quite a few people actually say that they're not going to get a haircut until we get a clean sheet, which is mental. So yeah. Samare's gone. Yeah, we already knew that, mate. Samare's left. Well, did I say Samare?
I don't know. Unless
why has Samare just come up?
Dunno.
Paul says, any news on Ramsey? No, mate. There's no chance he's probably going to play until near the end of the season, if that. So, yeah. Taylor, appreciate you coming on, mate, and we'll see you soon for another show.
No worries. See you tomorrow.
See you in a bit, mate. And there you go, guys. Another show completed. As always, make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all channels, as you can see down there. Thank you to Pucker Pies for sponsoring. If you haven't got into it already, before we do find the winner, make sure to enter the competition that we posted a few weeks back before we do pick someone to win. We'll see you all on Thursday for the Foxes Focus ahead of the Southampton FA Cup fixture, and we will see how we do tomorrow. Make sure to follow Taylor on TikTok as well. LCFC_Taylor 07. Make sure you do that. And we'll see everyone on Thursday as my screen decides to go sideways. Appreciate it all, and we'll see you soon. Adios.
The Leicester City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Fox's Arms.
Want to watch more content like this? Hit the like button. Give us your views. Hit subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials.